Oh, wait. Okay.
I'm one of the officers.
Hey. Good evening, good evening. Hey, how are you, Tony? How are you? Hey, Paulette. Listen,
Good evening.
Hello,
yes.
hello, hello.
All right. I am so glad you guys are here. Hello and welcome to Your Money Matters, hosted here on the Brownstone Worldwide. I am your host, the Nicole Johnson, owner and CEO of Girl Your Money Matters, otherwise known as the Gym, GYMM, where we have all kinds of exercises to help you get financially fit.
I
Ain't that
love
right? Ain't that right? Ain't that
it. That's
right?
right.
Yes.
I
And I want to
love it.
thank
I
you
love
guys
it.
for tuning in, and or if you're catching the replay, I want to thank you for that. Please do us a favor. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like, tag, and share, and participate in the conversation tonight because this is about us and changing our narrative. Okay. And be sure, I want you to share because I know everybody knows someone who needs to get financially fit. Okay. I want to say thank you to the panelists who are here tonight to officially help me launch Your Money Matters here on the platform. I thank you guys so much. Go ahead and introduce yourselves. You know what? Don't say they got
Hey,
jokes
y'all.
tonight, y'all. They got jokes.
Y'all, hey, it's Paulette. I am here to show love and support to Miss Nicole on her very first broadcast. I'm so excited for you. Yes! So there you go.
Hey,
And
everybody.
also,
I'm,
yeah, hey, Tony.
I'm Tony from Chicago. I'm here to support my sister, too. Welcome to the Brownstone.
Listen,
That's
don't
what's up.
tell
That's
us
what's
that
up.
I hold
Okay, y'all.
Listen, I moved to Dallas March of this year. I've been in Birmingham, Alabama for almost 18 years, I guess. But when people say where you from, Chicago, those other
Hey,
places will just
hey.
pit stops along the way. You never forget where you come from. So I want to thank you, girl Paulette, CEO of the Brownstone Worldwide, for sharing this opportunity with me to discuss all things money in our community. In 2009, I started helping women. Actually, 2010, I started helping women become homeowners. I wanted to help them understand how to get through the process, how to actually get from start to finish and get those keys. Because a lot of times people like us really are disadvantaged. And so, since I was able to overcome the process, my goal became to change the narrative, even though I didn't realize that that's what I was doing back then, to change the narrative and help other women. Okay, so that became what I wanted to do. I want to go ahead and welcome Mr. Cullen to the broadcast tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. So here's a little bit about my story. Okay, so when I started the home buying process, I was what the world would have called a two-time loser. And the reason I say that is because I had filed bankruptcy twice. But what I have learned in my lifetime is not what they call you, is what you answer to. And I answered to becoming a homeowner. Okay, so forget the fact that my mistakes had happened, my past, it didn't define the moment, and I was determined to buy a home for my children. Okay, and so on 9/9 2009, that goal was accomplished. And not only was it accomplished as a single mom, raising a son, raising a daughter, I went to the closing table with $602 and some change. I had less than $2,000 of out of pocket expenses, and I had a 2.25% interest rate locked. Some people with an 800 plus credit score can't even get that without some good money down. So, whoa, don't tell me what you can't do. I wanted to share that with you guys. So, for those of you who are tuning in, who are chiming in, and your goal is to become a homeowner, your goal is to get financially fit, let me tell you, there are many people who have gone before you who have done it and made worse mistakes in their past. So, if accomplishing that made me a loser, I'll take it. Okay. So the next step for me was, now that I had that opportunity, I had accomplished that goal, was turn around and do some service and get a hand up to other people so that they too could reach those same goals. And like I said, I didn't realize that I was helping to change the narrative, but from 2010 to 2017, I helped over 200 women accomplish the same thing. Okay, so I have, they didn't pay me a dime. Let me say that. I got a room in 200 houses across the USA that when I travel, that's my fee. I need my room up there on the left with the room with the view. Okay. So today I focus on helping women get financially fit by creating streams of income from home, showing them how to create a savings, continue to build a savings and invest, and really just sit down and understand their whole relationship with their money so that they can do better. So if all of that stuff sounds like something that is, you need in your life, you are sitting in the right place. So we're going to talk about money and relationships. We're going to talk about money with your kids, who keeping the spare change in the back room, who putting the money under the mattress, who got the secret stash. Who got a secret stash? Don't just blink twice if you got to see. Listen, all of those things are important to have. The question becomes, do you tell your partner? Ooh, yes. You do tell your partner, right? So let's okay, Paulette, will you do me a favor and watch any comments? Because I know the audience got something to say. But I'm gonna go ahead and go over here to Mr. Tony. Mr. Tony, let's say in the Tony land, you're married. Do you tell your wife you got a hidden account? And if you tell her, does she get to know how much is in it?
Okay, that's a very loaded and interesting question, but since you said in the Tony world, so I'm gonna keep it in the I. Me myself personally, I would definitely let her know,
Okay.
because like I say, like people who know my background know I was raised in a household of all women, so that was one of their pet peeves. Always have you something for a rainy day. Always keep you a stash. You know what I'm saying? So that was embedded in me. So I would have no problem telling her that I have one, or even telling her how much it is, because secretly in my heart, I know she got one too.
Now, let
I know
me
she got one. Now she might
ask
not don't share it with me, but in
okay.
her heart, I know she got one, because all women are taught that.
Oh, y'all want to be quiet now. Y'all want to be quiet now.
What had happened? What you said? What you had said? So
Yeah.
listen, Tony, that is absolutely okay. Ladies, can we be honest? So Veronica says, then is it a secret? Okay, so let's switch across the board like that. Women are taught, most of us are taught, keep you a rainy day stash. Okay, he ain't got to know all your business. Okay, those types of things. And my suggestion, because see, I'm just here to give advice. I'm not here to experience the consequences of anything that I tell you. I'm just giving you a different perspective. Okay, how about that? I'm just giving you a different perspective. And there's nothing wrong with a point of view. So I agree with Tony. Men should have one. Okay, and it is okay to let her know what it is, because in the sense, as the head of the household, you are running the things, and if for some reason you're not able to, for whatever reason, she needs to know where to go. Baby, where the card, where's the pen, what's all of that. But women, we also have to be able to stand on our own, even with our partner. Okay, so let me just give you a little bit of background, because Tamika says, I was taught by the women in my family to always have something of your own put away. And that is absolutely 100% 100. Okay, 100. Because there was a time when women were in environments in which they had to stay in because they couldn't afford to leave. And in some relationships, men use money as a power tactic. You can't go nowhere. I make all the money. I pay all the bills. You ain't got nothing. Oh, boo, don't get it twisted. I go right in that Folgers can in the back. I don't drink not nan liquor coffee. But when my great grandmama died, she had a sock pinned to her drawers. It had 7 G's in it. Okay. 7. She ain't trust the banks. She kept them under the mattress. She said, forget them little pennies of interest. I'm going to keep my money right here where I can see it. I need to watch. Okay. So, but I also think that for open conversation, yeah, boo, I got a sleeper stash. How much in it? Don't you worry about it. Just know that if you fall short, your girl got you. Okay. And I'll give you an example as to where that came in very handy. A client went to the closing table, and the numbers on when you go to closing, sometimes you don't get your bottom line numbers until the night before or the morning of. You could be on your way to closing, and your closing attorney say you need to bring $1,500. Well, last night you told me 12. Well, they got to the closing table and they were $800 short. She said, hold up. Here you go. He said, well, there it is. Let's go. You understand? He didn't ask no questions. He didn't ask where it came from. He asked, all he knew was they needed $800 to close, or he was going to have to go back out to the bank. She said, no, I got the bank here. And when they told me, I was like, see, that's your partner. That's your ride or die partner in crime. Okay. So Tamika says her mother dealt with financial abuse. And let me touch on that real quick. So when mothers deal with financial abuse, would you all agree that children deal with abuse? Because if the mom is being abused,
Yeah, you inherit the sins of the parent.
it's passing on to the children. And trust me when I say, as an adult, I didn't realize that that was my situation. You know, sometimes you don't deal with your childhood traumas until you become an adult. But women experience financial trauma and then they turn around and they pass it on to their children. Mom, can we have? No, baby, we can't. Mama can't afford it. But daddy got money. We can't afford it. The uh, yes, Dr. Dina. That's that shift gas in my head as an adult. That financial trauma is real and it passes on to our children. So part of my mission in changing the narrative of our story is to educate women on how to handle their own finances. Okay, going out to get a part-time job is not always the option. So let's learn how to make money at home where you are. And isn't that great? Okay, so I'm going to ask the audience who's here with us. Some of you have said that, my mom dealt with financial trauma. Some of you have been taught to always keep a stash. So let me pose this question. Where you sit in your circumstances right now, what would you tell your younger self that has become prevalent to you now? That if you were younger, back 15, 16, what would you tell your younger self? Because I look back and I tell my younger self, oh, baby, we need to have many talks. Paulette, if you could go back and talk to your younger self, what would you say when it comes to finances? Let's be clear on that.
Oh, you saw my face, ma'am. That's a bunch of stuff I could have told my younger self. Listen,
What would you tell your younger self?
The one thing that I would tell my younger self is that now I'm coming from the entertainment industry, guys, so this is a little bit different. What I would tell my younger self, knowing what I know now about money, was number one, know your worth, know your value, charge what you're worth, charge your value, and protect your intellectual property at all costs, because I'm still currently dealing with copyright issues and being paid for work that I've done in the entertainment industry. So I would tell myself, don't be afraid to stand up for yourself and own your value.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Mr. Tony?
That was fantastic right there. Wow. For me, it would be, I would tell my younger self to learn how to budget better, because like me in my younger days, the minute I got money, I spent it. I wasn't into like investing it into something to make more money. I was like, whatever I was doing in that moment and it needed that money, well, I would rob Peter to pay Paul just to owe Bill. You know what I'm saying? So I would tell my younger self to learn how to budget a whole lot better than what I did, because I wasted a lot of money trying to make money.
Yes, that's good, Tony. Thank you. Mr. Cullen,
Was that?
what would you, oh Lord, I'm almost scared to ask.
Well, can I do this? I wanted to answer your first question, and then I'll answer this one. Is that okay?
Sure.
All right. So, when it came to a secret stash, to me, it's not really a secret. You know, I know if my wife got something put away, good. Put some money away. That's all good. I'm gonna do that too. I mean, it's all about trying to put your money in, and try to make another stream. Try to do some investing on the side. That's your money. Do what I can't tell you what to do with your money. When we pool our money together, that's the open book. That's the money that we all see. But in the end, just like Tony said, if I need it, it's going to be there. If she need it, it's going to be there. And so it's not all about secret stash. It just makes it sound kind of like seedy, but it really isn't. Unless y'all got something y'all trying to hide. Y'all thinking like something's going on. I need to hide this, but it's not about hiding your money. It's just about putting money up. That's all it is. And
Okay, excellent.
and my what I would tell my younger self about money, right? About
Yes,
money.
just about money. I couldn't get that out fast. Yes, just about money.
Okay. So what I would tell my younger self is to invest earlier. Learn about financial responsibility, learn about investments, because that's the kind of stuff that they don't teach us in school. They don't teach us at home. We never really were taught that. And so now that I'm older and I'm seeing all these people with investments and buying property and investing in the stock market and doing stuff with their 401k, and I'm thinking, man, if I had 20 years younger and I would have done that, this is what I would have had today. But you know what? And when I think like that, all you have to do is think, okay, so from this point on, what I'm gonna do in the next 15 years. So start it now. Don't dwell on the past. Start it now, because now you know. And now you can teach your son, you can teach your daughter, you can teach you're volunteering at Big Brothers Big Sister. Teach the kids, each one teach one, that's how it's supposed to be. And that's, I think, in the end, and I love the fact that we have this show, because we need to teach each other. We need to bring each other in and say, look, there's no secrets here. There's no secrets here, because we all in it together. We want to see Black Wall Street again. That's what we want to see. And so that's what we're trying to get to. Change the narrative.
I love that because as we start to continue to talk about all things money, because your money does matter, we're going to touch on Black Wall Street and how to create it in our community. Veronica says the power of compound interest. Dr. Dina says the intention creates the impact. Nadine says beware of your spending and save and invest. My mom didn't save. It was like, unless it was for a quick purpose. The people, our parents, that generation, they saved to buy something. They saved to go somewhere. It wasn't saving for college. They were taught that. We were not taught that. Okay. And Dr. Dina said something earlier about mindsets of poverty, a scarcity mindset. Okay. When I bought that home with two things in mind at the end goal. It was either going to be something that my children could have, or it was going to be an investment that I turned around and used to do something else. Okay, so I think once we overcome some sort of financial trauma, those lessons are supposed to be shared with other people, and that is what sparked my mission. Okay, so I want to do a station break, and again, thank you guys for tuning in right here on the Brownstone Worldwide. I thank Paulette, your girl Paulette, for letting us talk about your money matters on the Brownstone, because if we don't change the narrative of our story, who will? Who will write Black history books if we don't do it? Who will write the Black music if we don't do it? Who will continue with the gospel songs that we love and we rock out to? We don't always just have the hymnals and stuff like that. If we don't do it, who will? So this is a platform that I want you guys to continue to share and so that we can continue to grow. So learn how to be the bank. Come on, Veronica. Let me tell y'all something. Veronica, Tamika are students of mine. And when we get in these huddles, I do not play. I do not play with them. I do not play. They'll tell you Nicole came to help us win, because that is the narrative that is my responsibility to help change. Okay, so when she asked what financial institutions have products with compound interest, so those are banking questions, and all banks have some sort of interest. The problem is that I have seen is that interest is so small, I'd rather keep it in the mattress. I'd rather keep it in the mattress because the interest is not enough to make a difference. Okay, so I'll give you guys a tip. You guys want a tip? You want a tip? Anybody want a tip? Okay, so Delaware Credit Union, DCU, they have a lot of online products and services, DCU.com. You can go to their website, open up an interest-bearing savings account. It is one of the few for such a small amount that will earn you up to 6% interest on your deposits. Okay, 6% interest. Hold on, let me make sure I'm giving you guys that website right. So, and it is up to 6% on the first $1,000. Okay, so it's dcu.org. What I tell them is everybody needs a hideaway account. Okay, you need a hideaway account, and the purpose of a hideaway account is so that you don't have easy access, out of sight, out of mind. So I want to make sure that you guys know that is an option for you. And I didn't just minimize my camera and I don't know where it went. Give me 1 second. I done got all this good information up here and I don't even know what to do with it. So
you good. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, so I'm gonna share my screen so you guys can see this website. And I want you guys to go ahead and set you up an account there. All right, so let's go. Can everybody see that screen, dcu.org? Can you see that? Okay, so they will allow you to get in to join there. Click the join button. You want a savings account. You can do everything is online. Okay, and they are the one. I can't go any further because I actually am a member, so we're gonna stop right there. But that is the
Okay, so dcu.org. I'm going to put that down at the bottom while she gets back on the screen. Let me text her too, because I'm like, girl, it was getting good too, y'all. Wasn't it? Can you all hear me? Okay, so dcu.org. Okay, great. I'm going to go ahead and put that on the bottom of the screen so we can share that until she comes back, because I honestly think she may be still talking and doesn't know. Yeah, so just froze, and it's okay. Yeah. So
That's good info. I wouldn't get it. I wouldn't. I'm finna
yeah.
do it
So
right now.
there
I
you
hope you got
go.
a affiliate link. Something
A
about that.
what? A bit.ly link. So
Affiliate.
DCU.org. So
Yeah,
listen, I'm gonna go ahead and check it out because
yeah, me
that's good
too.
information. DCU. So while we wait for Miss Nicole to return, you guys, first of all, what I will say is big shout out to Nicole because this is her first broadcast, and thank you to everybody who is on her team that is here to support her and show her some love. Let's see. Great. Thank you, Dr. Dina. Thank you, Veronica. Y'all, I have learned firsthand that Miss Nicole does not play at all. It is a true story. I spoke with her before this class, and she's got some major plans that are coming down the pipe for the Corner family and for Brownstone's Best. So for those of you all who are not a member of Brownstone's Best and also the Corner family, I'm encouraging you all to go ahead and join it. It's absolutely free. We're going to be sharing some information with you guys about what's coming down the pipe. I know this week we're continuing our fundraiser where we are going to be helping to raise money for what is it in Mississippi? And what's the name of the Omega Psi Phi chapter, Cullen?
It's
Hey, Nicole.
the Jackson Word versus in Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay, great.
We're trying to raise money for that. There's a chapter in Jackson State that we're helping out.
Okay, great. Awesome. Welcome back, ma'am.
Listen, that's how I know I got some good information because the system just said we need to recover and bring you back. But it's okay. So DCU.org is a great institution. They're up in Delaware. Guess what? I don't even have the debit card. Do you want a debit card? Nope. Mm-mm. When the statements come, I don't even open them because that money is just going to grow, and grow. And if I need it in an emergency, it takes me 3 business days to get it. So I know I don't touch it unless it's an emergency. Okay. So that is, one of the ways that Tamika, you can use that as a way to save with a nice savings account percentage. And it's very sad that banks don't give bigger interest rates on savings accounts without it being a huge balance. Okay. It's just not the time. However, we make do with what we can get. All
Right.
right. So one of the things that was asked actually by Tamika B, who is out of Birmingham, one of my favorites. She is an entrepreneur. She has a set of twin boys, and then she's got this lovely little girl running around there too, being protected by those big brothers. And she wanted to know, how do you save or invest for your children's future? How do you save or invest for your children's future? And my favorite way to do that is I have 2 things that I use. One is I love Acorn. I don't care what anybody says. I love Acorn as a way to save because it's investing in stocks without a whole lot of knowledge. Okay, it's investing in stocks without a whole lot of knowledge. So with Acorn, you can sign up, you can create a parental account so that it has your child's name on it, but you are the guardian as because they're minors. And it is a way that you can attach debit cards, and if you don't have a limit, you can attach your debit card, and every time you swipe that card, Acorn will do a roundup. Okay. And they will take that roundup and put it in an account, and then they will invest and purchase stocks or portions of stocks on your behalf. And the reason that I love the way financial institutions allow you to purchase a fraction of a stock is because you used to couldn't do that, right? You had to have the money to buy at least one share. So if a share costs $800, you had to have $800 to buy the share. And that's just one. Okay. Whereas if I put $50 in, you can do, yes, ma'am, they have parental accounts. All banking institutions have parental accounts, custodial accounts, guardian accounts, things like that, especially for your children. Very easy to set up. But $50, I can buy $50 worth of Southwest Airlines. And the way I've been flying or moving about the country, I need to buy a little bit more than $50. Okay. And so people ask, well, Nicole, I don't know what to invest in. That's why Acorn is a good account, a good product, because you don't get to choose the accounts to invest in. You get to choose how much or how what they call, are you a conservative investor? Are you someone who is like the high risk? Do you need to be a little bit moderate? Do you want all of it in CDs? Do you want to take the slow but steady roll? Okay, you get to choose. And how do you choose? It's so easy. You pick one and you can change it. I love it. And so, but then I also add an amount to my portfolio every week. So Acorn in my account about as much as I am. I get I get an email notification. Hey, we took $25 out your account. Hey, we took $6.23 out your account. Hey, we took $10 out your account. I was like, if I ain't know no better, I would think I was getting robbed. But what I love about it is that I can log into the account and see how my money is growing. Right? I own shares of Amazon. I own shares of Berkshire Hathaway. That's Warren Buffett stock. Do you know how much that stock costs? Like it's hundreds of thousands for one share. You understand? You understand what I'm saying? One share.
Yeah, I know.
One. But I got me some. It might be like minutia, minuscule, but I got me some.
You in there? You in there?
So that Acorn is a great product for you to use to not just only invest for yourself, but also invest for your children. Now, if you want to be a little risky and spend $1 and buy a share here and there, go over to Stockpile. I love Stockpile. That's where my cannabis.
Okay, no, go by all means, expound, ma'am, please.
Listen, I own not only cannabis stock. Cannabis is I can't.
What are you talking? Boy, yo, boy.
Listen. Every time he buys some, I make some coins. So get you some more.
Glaucoma medicine. I love all my investors. I love y'all.
But here's what you have: cannabis itself, it has grown over the years to be profitable. But through Stockpile, I also own real estate in which cannabis sits on.
Sorry, God. Tamika said, "Go in the corner, sir." Oh, sorry.
Okay, so you have cannabis, you have the real estate. Okay, I also have UPS. I've got several shares in different airlines. Southwest ain't the only one get some coins, so I have to turn around and find ways to get coins back. Okay, so here's what I want to tell you, because the biggest question I get when it comes to investing is, how do I get started? How do I know what to invest in? So this is just me. This here what I did. Okay, y'all hear me, right? This here what I did. The first thing I did was I went to yahoo.com and set up a portfolio. I set up a portfolio. It's free. You don't have to have any expertise. I set up a portfolio and then I started following different different companies, and I started with the ones where I spent my money. If I'm spending my money, you buy tissue, you buy cereal, so General Mills. You want to look at I don't buy Nikes, I buy Nike.
Yeah.
Them things different. They operate differently. Okay, mine don't go out of style. They don't go out of stock. They don't. Miss Johnson, you got to come back in 2 weeks, or it's gonna cost you $500 this year. No, Mine, when y'all spending $200 and $300 on those shoes, I get a return because I own Nike stock. not Nike shoes. Okay.
Big difference.
So yeah, when the same Jordans that was 20 years old recycle and y'all call them whatever y'all call them. Okay, I was getting it then and I'm gonna get it now. All right. So I go to Tamika, I go to yahoo.com, look under the finance area and set up a portfolio. And we can discuss this a little more in detention. So when I have class with my students, I usually try to keep them an hour, but at 58 minutes, but Nicole, we're not ready to go. Can we have detention? We want to stay after class and learn some more. I said I ain't never heard of this before. And detention usually lasts longer than class. I'm just gonna go and put that out there. So but I set up a portfolio and I follow different airlines. I follow different Mars company. Any place where I'm spending my money on a regular basis. So if you just look around your household, what do you buy regularly? Okay, I got a piece of Tesla. So when Tesla split, I understand it in my head what it meant. Don't ask me to explain it to you. That's a topic for another session. But I own shares of Tesla. I finally got an opportunity, Paulette, when we were in Atlanta to ride in a Tesla from my Uber driver. And as he was driving, I was scared to death. How are you driving with one hand and typing on this keyboard, sir? Put both your hands on the steering wheel. Okay, I'm not down for that. This new age stuff that they doing, and he's talking about how he gonna get a second one, and I'm sitting in the back and looking at my app like, yeah, you probably could get 2 or 3, and you could go ahead and create you a fleet and have 4 or 5 of them out here. How much that's gonna make my stock go up? Because I'll never buy a Tesla, but I will buy Tesla stock. Okay. So when your mindset changes about the money and your relationship, it will also shift in what you're doing. And so no longer interested in buying Nike shoes. I want to buy Nike stock. So again, I want to thank you guys for joining us here on the Brownstone Worldwide. We are having a whole lot of conversations, and we're going to have conversations about how to change the narrative. And this narrative is all about our money. Too many times we who look like me, we who look like you are disadvantaged, and we are not getting the lessons that we need in order to become financially fit. And I'm going to have all kinds of exercises for you. Paulette, if you would put that link up as to where they can find me. I actually just changed the name. I've gone through quite a few changes as far as the name goes, but we are now finalizing Girl Your Money Matters. And that's not just for girls. It's not just for the ladies, but because the guys are out here doing it too. And the guys need to know you guys are head of the household. You are impacting the household. So we got some stuff for the wallet too. This applies to the wallet. All right. So my goal with this program is to actually help you guys go on and understand how you can join right here. That group is on Facebook. And in that community, we talk about how do I start a home-based business, Nicole? How do I actually get into mystery shopping? I actually have a whole line for people who can learn how to create a stream of income as a mystery shopper. And people, Paulette, when you tell them, they don't believe me. Folks can make big bucks as a mystery shopper. Okay, mystery shopping can change your life. Okay, believe me when I tell you. And not just, I recently had a client who mystery shopped her way to more income and used it to buy her house. As an independent business owner, I had a platform. I was on a platform where I paid people $1,500, $1,800, $2,000 from working in a call center in their living room. Y'all don't believe me? Y'all don't believe me? Okay, Paulette believes me. She believed me. You know why? because there's so many opportunities to make money from home, we just don't get exposure to that information, right? Mr. Tony, how many people you actually know can say that I make this kind of money from home? You know a lot of them people.
I know a few, but yeah.
So, so Tony, do you have grandchildren?
Yes, I do.
You do.
Yeah,
So, what would you say if your girls or boys?
one of each.
One of each. So, Tony grandchild and Tony grandchild. What would you? How old are they?
I
How old
can
are
be. How old are they?
they? Mhm.
Oh, 2 and 4.
Okay. Well, we see as you look at this 2 and 4-year-old. What would you do? What are you doing to help for their future?
The good question. Good question. First and foremost, I'm laying down a foundation right now to break the generational curse that was attached to my family. You know what I'm saying? See, right now, by me, when I look at my 2 grandchildren, because like I said, I got the girl who's my princess, but I got my little king, and it's not that I don't want them to struggle, because struggle is good. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want them to go through the hardships that I had to go through during my time being here. So the creator allowed me opportunity to do some remixes for a couple of well-known artists, man. So I'm generating royalties from that, which I'm leaving to them, as the basis, the laying down the foundation for the new creation of the generational wealth. So
Love it. I love it. I love that.
that's my thing right now, because it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about preparing our young people and instilling them with the tools that we didn't get.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And Paulette, same for you. What the same answer, the same question.
What was the question again? I'm
So
sorry.
you got grandchildren, you got a
I do.
granddaughter. How
I
many?
have I have 2 granddaughters and I have 2 grandsons.
Oh, okay. Look, 2 and 2, like Chuck Woolery, 2 and
2 and
2.
2. Yes. Okay, Chuck Woolery. So what I am doing for my little brood, and even before them, is to prepare my children. Number one, for the day that I won't be here. Those are conversations that we are already having. Um, for those of you all who are not familiar, I have been ill, and on the road to recovery. And these are, yes, and I received that. So lost my hair, as everybody can tell, and it still kind of hurts just a little bit. But anyway, what we've been doing is having those conversations. Where's the will? Where are the things that you will need if something were to happen? Because something did happen. And the thing is that it just so happened we had that conversation when I went under. So what am I leaving my children? And I'm not talking about my employer's insurance policy that will go away if I happen to leave. Do I have term or term life insurance? What do I have that I can get to if I need to? What do I have for my children? What's in place? Where's the information on the deed to this house that I live in, and other properties that I do have? What about my stock? So you brought up some interesting things about, Acorn and Stats. Honey, I got it all, baby. Listen, when they said Moderna was getting ready, listen, I bought as much as I could get my hands on. So I have Pfizer and Moderna and I need my children to be able to access that. So all of my daughters and my son have access to all of my information as they need. They know where to go, what vault to go to, how to download the information and get to it. That is super important because I don't have a spouse and I want to make sure that they're able to access everything. All 4 of my children are beneficiaries equally. But there is one lead, and that is my eldest. So those are the things that are important to me, is making sure that the legacy is accessible to them, right? Because it's one thing to have it, but it's one thing for them to be able to find it. And unfortunately, I have seen in the past where as families get together to help prepare for the burial and things of that nature, no one knows where Big Mama held anything. Everybody looking. So we tearing the house up looking for stuff, and I want to make sure that I even go a step further. And I'm going to shut up because I know that this is a project that you're working on that's dear to your heart about that's coming up here in the brownstone, but making sure that we have everything in order so our babies don't have to worry. And if I am allowing my children to get that mindset, my grandchildren will get that fed to them anyway. And me being a business owner, everybody in here working anyway, they seeing where the money going.
That's right. And
So
that was all of that is excellent. And Veronica says confirmation because this is what we just had our session on Saturday afternoon, and that is their assignment. I am in the process of making sure that they get access to that. Hi, Erica and Robin and Coach Jessica. Listen, let me detour for about 2 seconds. Coach Jessica is she kicking my tail, y'all. So this is what I'm going to say to all of you. So when you deal with money issues, you really need to have a money coach. Okay. And as lawyers and doctors, they have a special. They can do a little of this, a little of that, but they have to have a specialty. They're going to be a surgeon. They're going to be a cardiologist. They're going to be an OBGYN. Okay. You got attorneys who are going to be in criminal law. They're going to be in corporate law. They're going to be in contract law. They're going to be in family law. All of these different things. Right here, I'm your money coach. I am your financial executor. I'm going to help you develop a whole new relationship with your money. But Coach Jessica is on my tail because I needed somebody to make sure I get my health and wellness in order. And according to what the doctor said a week ago today, we ain't doing so well. We are not doing so well. So she called a few minutes ago while I was talking, and I just answered so she could hear that I was in the middle of the session, and then she came and joined. And now she's in here because she want to ask me, how much water you drink today? I listen to all this, but how much water you drink today? How did day one go? What did you eat? Now, this is from somebody who sent me a text at 5 a.m. said, you can't have this, you can't have that, and don't text me back because I'm sleeping. Ma'am, you just broke my sleep and now I can't go back to sleep, but you sleeping? Okay, coach, I got you. But it's again, she's helping me change the narrative of my health. Okay. And it's not always good, right? I've got to be uncomfortable. You need to get your finances in order. You got to be uncomfortable in the changes that you have to make so that you can get better in the long term. And what Paulette and what Tony just said is that we're leaving something for our children, right? Paulette, I know you have a child who's a minor. Okay, so I want to make sure that in the way it's set up, you designate somebody as a guardian for that portion, because otherwise the adult will get theirs and here's a sit until he becomes an adult. Okay, so if you all have children, that's right, Veronica, tell them get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because change, if you don't change can look ugly, it can look sloppy. As my morning manna professor did a few weeks ago, when you start doing reconstruction, you got to do some deconstruction in order to get to the new. But it's gonna look sloppy, it's gonna be dirty, it's gonna be dirty. You're gonna be like, oh, they done made more mess than they doing rebuilding. But once you clear all that dust away, once you move all that trash out, once you move all that excess out, now you can start laying good foundation.
And you go
something new. Change will change your life, and this is what we have to go through. But here's the thought that I'm gonna tell you: don't change and see what happens.
Now that's food for thought.
Don't change. See what happens. See when somebody that's sitting here with you hears this and they bust a move on you, and then in 6 months you sitting in the same situation, in the same spot, crying over the same spilt milk, and they like, that's old. I left that part. That's gone. This is where I am now. And you sitting here looking like this. Well, dang, how you get all the way up there? Because I let some things go. I made some move. I'm sorry. Dr. Dina says I had a shift. I had a shiftgasm. Okay, so when the stories that we will be coming to you with, we'll talk about how to let go of some financial crutches, because some of y'all are a crutch and some of y'all using a crutch. That's some wisdom right there for you. Some of you need to learn how to say no, N-O,
and mean
period.
it. And mean it.
That
No,
part,
it's
that part right there.
self-explanatory.
That part right there.
Yeah.
Say no. Can I have? No. Can you belong? No. Can I borrow? Hell no. There's the exception right there. Sometimes
Yeah. There's always that exception.
you
You
got
know,
to get the emphasis in
gonna
there.
be that one that's gonna just keep pushing.
What the song say? No, 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 no. No. Okay. Strong no. 2 times. No, no. Okay. And if I need to, I'll go through the scales with do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, no. Okay. Okay. Because you are loaning, borrow, giving, supporting to your own detriment. You are giving Nuck Nuck. That's my Morning Matters friend, her favorite word. You giving Nuck Nuck and Riri all your coins and you struggling. And then when you turn around and say, Nuck Nuck, Riri, can you help me? Boy, I ain't got that. I ain't got that. And when they do have it, you can't even get the number you have reached has been. Come on now. Tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, tell me. Ha ha. Tell me.
No,
Tell
I'm
me.
going
They
to
check the whole phone number on you. Be like, girl, looking for me. I had to turn that phone off. Well, why you didn't call me and give me your new number? Come on now. Come on. We have to change the narrative of our finances. And sometimes that means establishing boundaries. So
Yeah.
what I'm going to say to you, we've already talked about where you can do a hideaway account. And sometimes we got to hide away money from ourselves because we get a little impulsive. And yeah. I got some accounts that I only know they exist until when the bank statement comes.
Thank you.
And then I have to remind myself, delete it. As fast as I opened it, delete. That's emergency money.
Yep.
Let me ask the audience who's here by in the comments, tell me I do or I need one. Who has an emergency fund that's fully funded with at least $1,000? I do or I need one.
Yeah.
I do or I need one. Because I know somebody out there need one. And I'm going to tell you this. When you come up in here with me, there is no shame. There is no guilt. There is no, ooh, ain't none of that. Okay, Montez. Montez, fine, connect with me so that we can help you get one. Okay, because I teach them to pay into their savings as if it were a bill, and we always have bills.
Always.
So always paying into your savings. Can we adopt that mindset? You pay into your savings as if it were a bill, because as long as you breathing, you're gonna have bills.
Absolutely.
Okay. And people get $1,000, like, woo, I made it. The car went out. I'm still short $500. Nicole, I get so frustrated. I get so frustrated because I saved that $1,000 and one thing happened and it's gone. Okay. But let me say this. If you didn't have that $1,000, what would you do? You gotta neglect some other bills to pay that, because you gotta have the car to get to work to keep making money. And if you don't go to work, you lose your job. So guess what? Come on now. All right. So I want you, we are going to talk. That's how it happens. When we come back next week, I'm really going to talk about insurance, wills, living will, medical directives, and power of attorneys. That's our subject for next week. This week has been self-care, self-improvement, and I noticed that it's also National Suicide Prevention Month.
Yes.
Let me say this. One of the biggest killers in our community is financial stress. And as a part of the Brownstone Worldwide, sitting here with your girl Paulette and the quiet storm, the eye of the storm, I am your girl, Nicole Johnson. I am here to help you figure out that stress.
Mhm.
Here to give you alternatives to being stressed. Okay. While we're changing the narrative, we're going to develop a new relationship with our money so that we don't keep teaching our kids bad habits. And when it's our time, they will be left in a state that all they have time to do is just have grief, not grief and stress.
Thank you.
Right.
With that.
Yeah.
So
Mm.
if you are on Facebook, my name is The Nicole Johnson. That's how you'll find me. If you want to search Facebook groups for Girl Your Money Matters, Mark Montez, come on over there. We got some things for the men in their wallet. I want to help you just really start executing new financial strategies to change the future of your finances. If you don't change it now, please tell me when.
Mm.
So I thank you guys for hanging out with us. Be sure to like, tag, and share. Make sure that you are commenting. Let's hear your thoughts, right? Do you have any questions? I'm gonna give you guys. We're down in the last 2 minutes of the show. Do you have any questions? And Tony, as they are putting any questions or comments or aha moments in the chat, do you have any closing remarks before we head out?
First and foremost, I just want to say continued blessings to you and yours, and to the Brownstone family, and to all our viewers and listeners, man. May he continue to shower us with grace and new mercies, man.
I
Thank
love it. I love it. I
you.
love it.
The new mercies. But here in Chicago, man, y'all know me, the Eye of the Storm, man. Uh, I'm involved with a whole lot of love things, man. Moms against drunk drivers, moms against senseless gun laws. Every town. I'm just the activist in the
Yeah.
shadow. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You know,
Mhm.
and in doing so, it's not about looking for accolades. It's about being a participant and helping to change the narrative.
Yes.
You
I
know,
love I love that.
So, a lot of I'm involved in a lot of stuff, and people hear me announce it on here, but I'm out there in the trenches. I'm out there in the trenches, man. And one
Right.
thing, the one thing that I'm hoping and praying for, not only here in Chicago, but Chicago needs it the most. I'm
Yeah.
praying for peace and unity and
Mm.
respect to come back in
Yeah.
country, in every state, in every city,
Yeah.
respect that has just went totally away, period.
Yeah.
You very seldom hear of respect, so that's what I'm praying for here in Chicago and for you guys, states and hometowns, man. And just know and realize that in changing the mindsets that we're trying to do, we're finally realizing what I say all the time. We all we got.
That's it. Amen.
Love y'all. Thank you.
All right. Awesome.
Any closing remarks?
There are, first of all, thank you so much, Nicole, the Nicole Johnson, everybody, for joining us. Tonight is her very first show. We do appreciate you for spending some time with us this evening on Brownstone Worldwide's platform. You guys will be able to actually see a replay of this on BWTV at where? brownstoneworldwide.com. I'm going to go ahead and share the banner with you guys at the bottom. Big love, big shout out, you guys. You did that, ma'am. I'm sorry, you did. You showed out today. Really good information. Here is a couple of announcements that I definitely want to share with you guys. See, Nicole is being a little bit on the modest side today. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, she is officially a contributing writer with Your Money Matters on Brownstone Worldwide under finance. So look for her articles to start showing up. And of course, she's going to be sharing those everywhere. So congratulations. Thank you once again for joining the Brownstone family. We do appreciate you. And to Tony's point, and also to everyone else's, what I would definitely want to say to you guys is brownstoneworldwide.com is the place that you guys will be able to come to help to support the changing of the narrative of how we are seen as Black and brown people in the metaverse and also in these internet streets, right? We're the ones that make the difference and the change in how we are seen. And so in order for us to do that, we've got to take the bull by the horns and start telling a different story. That is up to each and every last one of us that is watching this show, that is listening in, and who is willing to take up the charge like Tony has, like Nicole has. And they're doing it whether they're scared or not. They're coming to the fold so that we can continue to empower our community. And really what the Brownstone is, before we wrap, and I'm going to send it back over to Nicole, and I'm never doing this again, mind you, is we want you all to understand that we are a community. We got the corner with Cullen's Corner. We have the Sunday brunch with me, where you're going to come and sit in my kitchen and we're going to have kitchen conversation. We got Tony with Eye of the Storm, where you're getting your blues and your jazz, right? To get you relaxed and get you in the building. We have DeCarlo Collins with Ear Hustling Radio. That's a podcast that's a part of KCCR Radio, the Brownstone. We're an entire media platform where if you are interested in being a part of that, you can easily reach out to us on our contact us page at brownstoneworldwide.com as we continue to grow. But I'm going to tell you what, Q4, you better watch out, because Nicole got some stuff for you. And we ain't even going to talk about what's happening in Q2, because she is already planning that out for you all. And I want you all to be ready for that. Come on in the room, as the song says, and enjoy helping us to change the narrative. And I'm going to say one thing to everybody that is watching and listening to the sound of my voice. This is brownstoneworldwide.com, where we are changing the narrative. Welcome home.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yes, I've been a little modest. Paulette just knows this has been something very exciting for me to actually be able to be on a platform to share in our story and changing our money, because our story matters. And it to make, here's what I want to give you this, especially for the ladies. You don't recognize your power when it comes to your dollars. And I mean all of them, from the little ones to the big ones. But if you kept all your money inside of your purse for 7 days, I think Amazon will crash. That's power. And you have to harness that power. You have to control that power. You have to understand exactly how powerful you are, because if you don't, you will keep letting your power seep out of you, and it will keep drifting away. Your money will keep drifting away, and you won't know where it went. And that's not what power is about, okay? So I look forward to sharing with you guys. October is we've already got October planned out. October is financial planning. So yes, make sure that you join us every Monday night. Make sure you subscribe to Brownstone Worldwide on YouTube. Set off your notifications. Up next is Marshawn Alanier with Love Restored. She talks about love and relationships. I want you guys to set off your notifications and meet us back here for Your Money Matters. You guys have a great night. We'll see you around.